It's good to have you join us on AD4TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinamo. Nigeria's Minister of Health, Osagi Ehanire, on Friday in Abuja, disclosed that preliminary medical investigation has revealed that a strange disease that broke out in January 29 and has claimed several lives in Benue State, north-central Nigeria, is not Lassa fever. Ehanire explained that for now, medical investigations have not detected the exact ailment, but there are indications suggesting that a chemical substance being used for fishing in the affected community could be responsible. Many people were confirmed dead in some Benue State communities, particularly in Oyobi Council, where 15 deaths were recorded and 104 others have been infected since the mystery disease broke out. Talking education, the Executive Secretary of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, has reiterated the agency's support for entrepreneurship, curricular content and skill acquisition. He made this statement in an exclusive interview on AD4TV Radio in Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital, where he narrated the relevance of the agency to the tertiary education subsector in Nigeria. He stressed that the agency has contributed immense infrastructural development in Nigeria's higher institution of learning, and it is now shifting its emphasis to content component, which amongst others include research and development, as well as staff capacity development.
Incidentally, TED Fund supports entrepreneurship through curricular content, as well as skills acquisition associated with it. And, I can assure you that, like I told you, for a long time, we were supporting mainly infrastructure. But over time now, about 10 years, TED Fund has gone into supporting the content components. And research is virtually the very first one can refer to. And we are looking at the products of coming out with bachelor's degree from our universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, as it were, as well as the capacity.
Still in education, the Kaduna Polytechnic in northwest Nigeria says it plans to create 15 new departments to enhance its academic excellence. The rector of the Polytechnic, Professor Idris Bugaje, stated this while addressing newsmen after appearing before the House of Representatives Committee on Public Account in Abuja, the federal capital, last Friday. Bugaje, who appeared before the committee to present audited accounts of the Polytechnic between 2014 and 2018, said that the aim of creating the new department is to make the Polytechnic the largest higher institution in the country. In another development, the Niger Delta Development Commission in South Nigeria has inaugurated contract documentation and project assessment committees in preparation for the forensic audit of its finances. The acting managing director, Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Joy Nunez, said this in a statement on Saturday in Port Harcourt. She said the two committees would continue from where the contract verification committee stopped, as well as complement the expected forensic audit of the commission. According to her, the Contract Documentation Committee will authenticate all documents submitted by contractors, while the Project Assessment Committee will visit the various sites to verify contractors' claims. You're watching AD4TV Radio News Update. We'll go on a short break now. Up next, Nigerians advocate for free sanitary pads for the girl child. Trump fires 2 witnesses in impeachment trial. And Hong Kong enforces new quarantine rules on mainland China. More stories when we return. Do stay.
AD4TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.
Many thanks for staying. In safeguarding young people from sexually transmitted diseases and unwanted pregnancies, public and private organizations in Nigeria over the years have been distributing free contraceptives to Nigerian youths. However, some people have argued that instead of giving these free contraceptives to people, sanitary pads should be distributed, saying that people have a choice to abstain from sexual intercourse, unlike the girl child that cannot control her flow during menstruation. Our reporters spoke to some residents of Abuja, Nigeria's capital, to get their opinion on the issue, and they have this to say.
Sanitary pad ought to be given, though they have their own opinion, simply because, everybody with their own background. They believe that you are already defied, and giving condom, it's best way to them, like preventing them from getting those diseases and all of that, to prevent them from being infertile.
People would definitely have temperament of reasoning. Some people might say they prefer giving condoms, and some people will say they prefer giving sanitary pads. Like, getting a sanitary pad should be it should be a girl's responsibility.
Now to news on the foreign scene. President Donald Trump of the United States has begun a campaign of retaliation by firing 2 key witnesses in his botched impeachment trial 2 days after being acquitted by the Senate. Trump fired Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, just hours after dismissing Ukraine expert Alexander Vindman, a decorated Army lieutenant colonel, according to statements released by Sondland and Vindman lawyers. It was an astonishing move by Trump to clear his administration of people who testified in the impeachment probe, which investigated Trump's attempt to pressure Ukraine to pursue investigations that could help his 2020 re-election bid. Hong Kong, China has begun a mandatory 2-week quarantine for anyone arriving from mainland China in a fresh effort to contain the deadly coronavirus disease. Visitors are asked to isolate themselves in hotel rooms or government-run centers, while residents were told to remain indoors. Anyone caught flouting the new rules faces a fine and a prison sentence. Meanwhile, 722 deaths have been recorded in mainland China, including 1 American and a Japanese. According to a U.S. Embassy spokesman in Beijing, who did not give details, the 60-year-old U.S. citizen, the first confirmed non-Chinese victim of the illness, died on Thursday at Jinyintan Hospital in Wuhan. Still on the coronavirus epidemic, Japanese car company Toyota decided on Friday to halt all of its factories in China for another week due to the deadly coronavirus outbreak. The closures of its 12 factories, including 4 vehicle plants, are expected to continue until after February 17, a Toyota spokeswoman told reporters. On a lighter mood, did you know you can spell out all the numbers from 1 to 100 without using the letter A? I'm sure you're counting already. What is the first number with an A in it? Please join the conversation on our social media platforms at AD4TVRADIO. That's it on AD4TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our website, www.ad4tvradio.com. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.